Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my Season 5 prediction video because, oh my gosh, Season 5 is like 2 weeks away! Ah! So if I'm gonna do one of these, I should probably do it now, because I must admit, I haven't really given much thought into what Season 5 was gonna be like, because I must admit, we shall know soon enough. Well, sort of, anyway. And I must... And someone once said, I don't know! Oh dear. Yeah, it's like, see, this is why they write the show and I don't. It's like, because I really don't know what they're gonna do next. Season 4 was sort of in a way, I guess the main 6 and Twilight sort of, you know, transitioning to something else. I definitely think Season 4 was definitely a transition period. It was adjusting, in a way. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Season 4 before I move on to Season 5. That I think, in short, Season 4 was definitely a transition period for not only the characters, but for DHX and the makers of My Little Pony itself. Is that you'll notice that there were a lot of new writers, which you could say is why maybe some of the episodes are not so good, but, you know, they're learning, you know, and everything, and they're doing their best, and regardless of how good or bad the writer may be, you know what, it takes a while to learn how do these characters work, what is the world like, and all of those things. It just simply, you know, they need to be broken in a way. And another interesting thing was that a lot of the writers were paired with Megan McCarthy. Interesting. Again, so I think that DHX is expanding and growing their MLP team, if you will, for a very simple reason. MLP's gotten way bigger than I think anybody expected. I mean, there's been 5 more years confirmed of MLP, so DHX is setting in for the long haul. So they need more people and more resources, particularly if they want to do an Equestria Girls movie every year, along with a 26-episode season. I have a feeling they may have learned this lesson in Season 3, where they were only able to do 13 episodes and an Equestria Girls movie, because you can only do so much work with so much time with what you have. So I think that was the main purpose in terms of the show, was to bring in new people and new stuff and be prepared for the long haul, which in a way is good. So yo-ho and everything. So yeah, I mean, but you know, in terms of the characters, Season 4 in a way was also a growing period. Obviously, the main 6 go from needing the elements of harmony, the physical elements of harmony, to being the elements of harmony to almost an extent, which is kind of cool in itself. It's definitely focus on video worthy. But before I go too far off and everything, it's like I almost wanted to do a previously on My Little Pony and say all the things that happened during Season 4. It's like, but no, I'm running out of time. There's just not enough time, and I've had to make minor repairs to my caster. It was slightly damaged during one of my Comrec videos, but don't worry, it'll be fine. And I am working a full-time job, and there's just not enough hours in the day. But anyway, moving on to my speed predictions for Season 5. And on a minor related note, it's like, I've been trying my best to avoid spoilers, but I don't think this is necessarily a spoiler, but I have seen one teaser trailer, the thumbnails for a teaser trailer thing, and it's just like, what do I have to do? I have to be completely disconnected from the internet and stuff, and I don't want to do that, so grr. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I have been aware of the teaser trailers, and they all about individual characters, so there will probably be some interesting things on individual characters, which might be cool, which will be nice. Yeah, I mean, so Season 4 was basically the main 6 growing, and certainly Twilight growing, you know, growing towards, she's a princess now. What does that mean for me? You know, it's like, that's an interesting thought, that it was about Twilight. It's like, I'm a princess. And of course, by the end of the season, we realize she knows what she is the princess of. I mean, it was kind of obvious to us that she's the princess of friendship, but, you know, but now she's officially been commissioned as that. So Twilight, you know, in a way, her purpose of this season was to answer the questions of who am I? What am I? What do I want? And all those, kinds of the 5 deadly questions of Babylon 5 and all those things. And I'm rambling on, my brain is malfunctioning. Sorry about that. But yeah, so yeah, Twilight now knows those. She has the answers to the question. She knows that she is the princess of friendship, and that her friends are obviously going to rule together with her, and obviously the castle and everything. So obviously that's certainly going to be a change to Ponyville. I have a feeling the last season was about the main six in a way growing beyond what they were into what they are now. And now I think it's Ponyville's turn. Obviously, they've just had this castle appear in their town. I mean, and everything. I mean, obviously, in a way that's already happening already, because it's like, they had a princess living in this tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, and now all of a sudden, now there's a princess living here, and she lives in a big castle, and everything. So what I have a feeling that might be the focus of this season, is that maybe it'll be focusing on Ponyville itself, and how does all those things fit in with the main six, and probably generally the main six. Obviously the big thing with main six is going to be, again, it probably might be more of their turn as well on what if it's like, okay, we're part of the My Little Pony Friendship Council, and Twilight is, and we assist Twilight, or we rule together with Twilight. What does that mean for us? What does that mean? And all those sort of things. It's like, oh dear. I mean, that's an interesting thing. It's certainly a lot has happened to the main six definitely in the last season, and probably certainly in this season. I mean, it's like definitely a line from Babylon 5 that fits here is like, nothing's the same anymore. And of course, how can it be? And everything. And I say that in the sense of that it's, in the first almost 3 seasons, the main six were just they were just a group of friends who hung out in Ponyville. They learned some lessons. They, sent letters to Celestia, but, that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, they go out and save the world from time to time, but when it comes down to it, they're just 6 ponies in this town that are just friends. Nothing wrong with that. But all that's changed. Obviously they've always been in a way the element bearers. They've always been in a way Equestria's first line of defense, if you will. But even so, they're still just a group of friends. But now that's changed. Now they're all in a way in a leadership position, and everything. So that'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling there probably will be one episode where each of the main six probably answers those same kinds of questions of, who am I? What do I want? And everything. And how does this affect me? And how can I fulfill my role and everything? How can they be part of the plan and all those things? I like that. That would be interesting. Ooh, it's like that. There's obviously some, I'm going to save the topic I was thinking about for a focus on video, because probably not likely, but... But, yeah, all I'm going to say is it involves the castle. And obviously there's going to be a lot of things that are going to involve the castle. It's going to be difficult to ignore that. And I do miss the treehouse already. It makes me sad that it is destroyed and everything. There'll probably be an episode of like that, where it's like we've... Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, that was it was sad, but it was necessary, and it's probably gonna work out in the end. I mean, I'm not a fan of the castle, to be honest. It's like it's just design just doesn't work to me. I support the idea of the castle, just not this particular design, because it just simply doesn't work. It just simply looks way too much like a playset and not something that you would actually build, and it doesn't fit with the style of Ponyville. It literally sticks out like a sore thumb. I have a feeling it'll grow at us or something like that. And I'm certain that the opening will be different. I mean, it almost has to be, just like in season 4. It has to be different because Twilight is an Alicorn now. So they'll include a shot with the castle there. Obviously, they're going to actually have to change the opening quite a bit, because there are a few shots with the treehouse there. The treehouse, the Golden Oaks Library, which has been burnt to a crisp. So, so yeah, they're going to have to change that, of course. Are they going to change the song itself? I don't think they will. I honestly don't see a reason to. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I know a lot of people don't like the opening. They hate it. I actually like the opening. It's fine. I think actually, as openings go, I think it is pretty good. It accomplishes everything that a good opening should. It tells you about the show, about the characters, and it's fun, it's entertaining. It just simply introduces you to the show. If you've never seen the show before, it gives you enough about the show so that you have an idea of what this show is and what it's about. And it does so in a nice, lighthearted, fun song, and I like it. And since it's almost, and I don't think they're going to change that song. And I honestly, and I hope they don't. I like the song. I like it. I don't want it to, I don't want it to change. It's fine. Unless they replace it with something really cool, but, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, but I'm going to go on, but I'm betting on they're not going to change the song. And I'd be fine with that if they did. But I'd be kind of, depending on what they replace it with, be okay if they changed it too. But anyway, so yeah, so I guess that's sort of my thoughts on the show and what season 5 will probably be like. I mean, it'll probably be another adjusting season. It'll be another growing season for probably the characters and most likely the crew as well. Because, yeah, definitely nothing's the same anymore. And definitely the show is growing in ways that no one ever expected it to. So, yo-ho! Way to go, you! And I'm certainly excited to see the next season. It's going to be so much fun and everything. And as I always like to say, at last, something good on television! Finally! So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for watching, commenting, and liking, and and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.